Hi, third graders. Let's look at our matrix and see what we're working on in math for Wednesday. It says solve, and here you'll see some basic multiplication facts, and then we'll see some division facts. And the directions for the second part with division says write a related multiplication fact. And then there's a story problem that you can solve. So we've talked about multiplication quite a bit and division. So let's just go back over those strategies that we can use for multiplication and division. We can combine equal groups. Remember, a multiplication problem is a factor times a factor equals a product. This is one we really haven't talked about, a strip diagram, but basically you're skip counting when you're doing this. You're just putting 3 5s together, so 5, 10, 15. We've built a lot of arrays. We've made equal groups. We've used repeated addition. And we've used number lines to count up, counting by 5s, 5, 10, 15. We've made 3 jumps, and we landed at 15. To divide, we kind of undo some of those things. We would divide equal groups. Here, we changed from a multiplication fact to a division. We put the largest number first, divided by the divisor, and coming up with our quotient. Same way with this. Up here, we've got 15 in our top, and then we divide it into 3 strips, I guess you could say, and what would go in each one of those. Kind of like skip counting, I said. In array, you're taking a total of 15, and then you're putting them into 3 rows. How many would be in each row? Equal groups, equal shares. We've got our total of 15, so we make 3 circles and start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just keep going up until you get to 15. Down below here, the repeated subtraction. This one I really like. Start with your total, and each time you take away 5 until you get down to 0. And how many subtraction problems did I have? 3. And then on your number line, you start with your total, and then you would go back. How many jumps does it take you to get back to 0? So some of our strategies, practice, go through, try a different, maybe when you're doing some of these up here, try a different strategy on each one so that you get used to kind of working with all of them. You'll probably settle on one that works best for you, but it's always good to practice some of the other ones. And then when you want to write a multiplication, related multiplication fact for these division problems, you can kind of think of this in one way. If you're not sure which numbers to put first, or in multiplication, you have the 2 factors equals the product. Down here, you're missing the dividend right here, but you do have the total. So you can think of it as a fact family. If I have 7 times 3, I would know what 7 times 3 equals 21. And then I can change that around according to the commutative property. I can say 3 times 7 equals 21. And if I'm going to make a fact family with multiplication, I have to use those 3 numbers. So when I go to make my division problem, I start with my total. I can put either one of the factors in there. In this case, 3 equals 7, and then 21 divided by 7 equals 3. I've made 4 facts using just those 3 numbers. So sometimes making a fact family can help you solve multiplication and division. And you can see the same thing is true for here. 32 is my total, 4 and 8. 4 times 8 equals 32, or 8 times 4 equals 32. And then if I want to divide, remember if I divide, my division sign would be over here, or the multiplication would be down here if I'm looking for a total. So here, if I had a division symbol right where my cursor is, I would say 32 divided by 4 equals 8. Or if I go this side, 32 divided by 8 equals 4. So writing that related multiplication for division using a fact family is kind of a good strategy to help kind of keep track and sort through the numbers that you're going to use. Hope that was helpful, third grade. Have a great day.